Lightning! Help me! Get a hold of yourself! Lightning can't protect you anymore! You have to look after yourself now. Do you hear me? Your sister's dead. She can't help you. Bro!
You want her? Then you're gonna have to go through me! Get up, Sarah.
You were in my dream. I saw you.
Save it for later. Can you fight?
If I have to?
You're gonna have to. One more thing. Don't ever lay down and wait to die!
Can we fight? Can we fight? We're fighting right now. We're gonna fight these guys off. But as you can see, Noel coming to the rescue. Noel Kreis, as you saw his last name from the cutscene previous to that. This actually flings you basically right into the combat with almost full functionality, besides the fact that your two commandos, you have all of your paradigms here. I'm going to switch to Slash and Burn just so we can see if we can get a quick stagger on this guy, just so we can get the Libra on him. And we defeated him very good. Only a 3-star battle, but what are you going to expect? We were kind of thrown into this completely willy-nilly. But one thing I want to point out before I continue this sort of cutscene run we're on here, you're going to want to look at the LeBreau scene very closely, because you saw that in the Final Fantasy XIII-2 trailer, talking about Lightning's death and her status. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. Of course, you know, we get a loading scene. So here we go, finally we get our free roam, defeat all the hostiles type deal. Let's go, man, let's engage in combat. Let's have a good time here. Let's actually switch. Oh, paradigm shifting tutorial. I was going to say let's actually switch our paradigms here. We're going to skip this because we know exactly what the paradigm system is. Basically, the paradigm is your class system. Paradigm is going to tell you what kind of player you're going to be. Now, there's a bunch of different paradigms that are available in the game. The one you see right now, the two you see right now, is RAV and COM. RAV stands for Ravager and COM stands for Commando. Ravager class is a magic-based class where you attack with none other than magic. And the one thing that the Ravager does really well is build up the stagger bar, or the stagger gauge, which is in the top right-hand corner where you see the enemy's name, the Mionectons. When you get that all the way up, fill it up, you get what's called a stagger, as you see just pop up on the screen now. You do extra damage, you interrupt them, and later in the game you can launch them up in the air and do really, really devastating combos on them. So you want to get that stagger bar up, and the one thing the Commando is good at is stabilizing that bar, making sure the bar doesn't fall very fast, so that you have a longer stagger gauge, you have a longer time doing more damage, and you can just destroy enemies. So we're just going to continue here and kill as many enemies as we can. We're not going to get many 5-star battles. What I'm going to do now, actually, though, as you can see, we get a very much more functional menu. I'm going to go into our... Can I actually do this right now? I can't touch our equipment yet, which kind of sucks. Never mind, I was going to change my default paradigm to Slash and Burn, which is the Ravager Commando that you saw. The one that I'm in right now, the Double Commando, which is my default, is called Double Trouble. It's really good for physical attacks, enemies that are very weak. You want to just kill them really quickly with that. But when you want to sort of have mid-range enemies that are closer to your level, you're going to want to switch to your Ravager Commando class so you can stagger them fast, keep them staggered for a long time, and Noel's better as a Commando anyway, whereas Sarah is the better Ravager, which is you're going to see later in the game once we actually level up our skill trees. They have different affinities for paradigms better, more so than others do. So another couple enemies down. Very, very easy, as you can see. I'm going to see if I can get these guys from behind. You're not going to see much other combat issues besides the ones that are being shown to you now. There's other more advanced techniques that we're getting in later, so think about that as we go through the game. The combat does get a lot more meatier, a little spice, a little kick to it, if you know what I mean. And I can say that because I've played the game. As you can see, it's not very blind. I'm taking a very much more informative standpoint here now. than I was in Final Fantasy 13, obviously because it's not blind, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to get on the table so I can just continue with regular stream of conscious commentary later in the game. So hopefully you can forgive me for the lack of style and flair, but I have to say these things just in case you're new and you've never played this game or any other Final Fantasy 13 saga series before. So we have a couple more enemies to get through here. It looks like just one more, which is going to be good for us here, because you don't want to spend a lot of time fighting these guys right now, because it's just going to take up time, and I'm not going to cut any of this out, because you know how I feel about that as well. I don't like cutting out a lot of clips just because they're long or they're tedious. It's all part of the game, and you're going to have to experience it one way or another. It's not like you're going to be able to skip this if you get the game, so get ready. Another thing I want to talk about too is the weapons that we have. They're very cool, very different from Final Fantasy 13. We have Sarah's battle bow, I guess, or crossbow / sword, and you have Noel's sword dagger combo. Noel reminds me a lot of Zola from the One Piece series, if you've ever seen it, and Sarah just reminds me of like a Hawkeye type Kai character with the bow. It's really good, and I really like it as well. So let's just continue here and see if we get a cutscene. I think we will.
Hey, Sarah. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Mackie. Yeah. Gotta go.
Okay.
All right, everyone, listen up. The meteorite hit over there.
Right.
We're gonna check it out.
Team Yuge, ready to roll. Well, and careful. That area's crawling with monsters.
So stay close. Come on.
Okay. Right. You heard him. Move out. With you.
You're okay.
She took a hit, but she's gonna be fine. She just needs some rest.
Thank goodness. And thank you. Whoever you are.
No. Noel Kreis.
Okay.
And before I forget, it wasn't just me. You should probably thank this little guy, too.
Wow. Is that a toy Moogle?
He's supposed to be your lucky charm. Your sister gave him to me.
Wait, you know Lightning?
Mm-hmm. She's the one who told me to come here.
Where? Where did you see her? Was it Valhalla?
Yeah, how'd you guess?
I saw it in a dream. I saw my sister. She gave you the Moogle. Then the meteorite came.
And dragged me along with it, I guess.
Do you mean you actually rode here on that meteorite?
Maybe. I don't know. Damned if I can remember. Why don't we go and check it out?
Okay. Now I know for sure. Lightning is alive. She's in a place called Valhalla. I'd only just met Noel, but I believed him. I believed every word he said. Even though it couldn't possibly be true. It seems like only yesterday. The smile on Lightning's face when she gave her blessing for Snow and me to get married. But I'm the only one who ever remembered that. No one believes. It's just a dream, they say, from when I slept in the crystal. An illusion. They say my sister is gone. That 3 years ago she sacrificed herself to stop the fall of Cocoon. She turned into the crystal pillar that holds Cocoon above the surface of Pulse, and saved both worlds. That's what they say. But even so,
Wow. So definitely a lot revealed just in that little monologue by Sarah. Very, very interesting. A lot of points to think about as well. And here we are back to investigating and things of that nature. Basically, you want to run around and talk to everyone. These guys will give you quests, they'll explain more, they'll fill in plot holes for you. And it's really just a good thing, good common practice to do. So let's talk to everyone with the speech bubbles. It's only going to help us out, so let's do that.
Oh, hello, Miss Farron.
How are the kids?
You're worried about them too? Don't worry, the kids in LeBreau are safe and sound. They're inside that building by the shore.
Thank goodness.
Sarah, I didn't know you were such a worrywart, but it's understandable. I guess you've been through a lot.
Yes, definitely. Kids, though, I don't think those are the kids that you guys might think about right away, but we'll see that a little bit later. Another thing you might recognize that's similar to Final Fantasy XIII is the mention of Nora, which is the group of kids that you saw in the beginning of Final Fantasy XIII towards the end, which were the four. There was LeBreau, the female, Yuge, the guy with the blue hair, Maki, the short kid with blonde hair, reminds me a lot of Naruto, and then, what's his name, Bedeau, or whatever his name is. Oh crap, I can't, that's just terrible, I apologize. Godot with a G. That was the guy with the red hair, had the little comb through with the lightning bolt in his head. Those guys you're gonna see them a lot in here, and they're defending the sort of cocoon area here.
Godot and the others left to investigate the meteorite.
Were Yuge and Maki with him?
Yeah, I think so. He made us stay here because the path is covered in fallen trees. He said it was way too dangerous for us.
That's weird. Fallen trees don't seem dangerous to me. It's the premise of enemies that seem a bit more dangerous to me. I think they're holding something back. Let's talk to this guy.
Never seen anything like them before. Took them seconds to turn our sentry bots into scrap metal.
I heard a meteorite fell from the sky, and that's when all these monsters appeared.
That's right. Godot and the others went to check out the meteorite. It's right outside town along the mountain path. That way, over towards...
Very interesting. Well, it looks like we can get through here. Let's go talk to Noel if we can. See if we can continue through this place.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Huh. The strange young man says he met with Lightning in Valhalla. I need to find out more. Let's see. Did you really see Lightning?
You said you met my sister. What did she look like? What was she wearing?
She was covered by silver armor decorated with feathers. She looked just like a goddess out of some fairy tale.
Just like in my dream. Maybe you really did meet her.
Interesting little live triggers. See, she seems very, very quizzical at that point. I'm not sure if I really like that. I mean, she starts getting at it, right from the beginning. And I mean, that could work out, but it could also come across as rather strong here. Mog Clock tutorial. This is another battle tutorial. You'll see, I'll try to explain this as we go along here. There's no need to do the tutorial.